Welcome everyone. This is Zozo StockWatch, and this is your StockWatch list for Thursday, November 16th. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Some of the earnings after the bell tonight. First one up was NTAP, and as you can see on my after hours chart, NTAP powering up in the after hours. Earnings per share and revenue beat, and also guiding up on NTAP. Also after the bell, MRTX doing an offering, MRTX. And by the way, this news is courtesy of the trade exchange. Let's see what other news came out after the bell. BlackBerry had a little bit of news, new patent with industry leader. So BB, BlackBerry, not really doing much in the after hours. Cisco was an earnings per share and revenue in line for Cisco, and that stock took off in the after hours. So Cisco up in the after hours. After their earnings, Restoration Hardware, they guided up. Restoration Hardware guided up in the after hours tonight, and that stock powering up in the after hours on that name. So big pop there on Restoration Hardware. Let's see, SFS, they missed on their earnings, SFS, and that stock was down, bounced a little bit on SFS. LB, Limited Brands, L Brands, excuse me, that stock down, and they were earnings per share in line and revenue beat for L Brands, but that stock moving down, retail stock. And let's see if there was anything else for news in the after hours. Looks like Mattel is saying that they want to rebuff the Hasbro deal. So Mattel was down but did bounce back, and Hasbro, that stock was down a little bit in the after hours tonight after Mattel told them no go. Procter & Gamble had a big pop in the after hours tonight. Nelson Peltz won his proxy fight by 43,000 votes in a recount, and so Procter & Gamble popped in the after hours. And let's see if there was anything else that came up. Some of your earnings for tomorrow before the open, we have Best Buy, BERY, BRC, BSTI, CATO, HP, Manu, and Walmart, some of the bigger names, and also Viacom will be reporting before the bell tomorrow. Some earnings after the close for Thursday, AMAT, a semiconductor name there, GPS, which is Gap Stores, Post, and Roast, another retailer there, SPWH, and Splunk, SPLK, all reporting earnings after the bell. Also, Williams-Sonoma reporting after the bell for Thursday. SQ, the CFO, was on Kramer tonight, not doing too much in the after hours. Roku was up a little bit in after hours tonight, a little bit of a pop here, but pulled back. And then NTES also had earnings after the bell tonight, and you see that stock is moving up. NTES beat by 66 cents, misses on revenue for NTES. All right, so that's some of your news that came out after the bell tonight, courtesy of the trade exchange. Let's go ahead and check our economic information for tomorrow at 8:30. We have the initial jobless claims. We also have the Philadelphia Fed Business Outlook Survey at 8:30. Import-export prices at 8:30. We do have some Fed speak at 9:10 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. 9:15. We also have industrial production. At 10 o'clock, housing market index numbers coming out. 10:30, we have the nat gas numbers coming out tomorrow. And let's see, at 1:10, we have more Fed speak, and then 3:45, additional Fed speak for tomorrow, Thursday, the 16th. Let's see, for Friday, we have the 10 o'clock numbers, e-commerce, retail sales. Kansas City Fed Manufacturing at 11, 1 o'clock, Baker Hughes. Also at 8:30, we have housing starts. Forgot to mention that. So that's some of your numbers for Friday. The futures right now, Dow futures up about 8. It's about 7:24 Eastern time, my time. So Dow futures up about 7, 8 points currently. S&P futures up about 1. Nasdaq futures up about 5. For your earnings calls for tomorrow, we'll go ahead and take a look at that real fast. For Thursday, November 16th, we have BBY Best Buy at 8 a.m., Viacom at 8:30. Let's see if there's anybody else that's before the bell for earnings calls. That's big. Those are the two biggest ones. And then after the bell on Thursday at 4:15, we have Roast AMAT at 4:30 and SPWH at 4:30, Splunk at 4:30, and Williams Sonoma at 5 o'clock. So there's some of your conference calls courtesy of Earnings Cast. Let's go ahead and take a look at our SPY. This is the first time the dip buyers are kind of getting burnt here, right? We had dip buyers come in on this day here and this day, and now we closed lower than where the dip buyers bought. Usually, they've been used to getting a pop right after they buy, but this time they got a break below the previous low here. So that's the first time in a long time. So we'll see how the dip buyers are going to react to this. Kind of an indecisive candle. Still above the 50 SMA. Not too much damage done yet to the SPY. We'll go ahead and take a look at USO. Trying to hold this 20 SMA on the USO. And we'll see if the bulls want to come in and hold 11 on oil for the USO. If we go ahead and look at it, light sweet crude WTI, that's also right around that 55 spot on oil. So we'll see if they want to hold this 55 spot on oil for WTI, light sweet crude. UNG, nat gas, here's the daily of it, right, that we're looking at. A little bit of a pop here, right? We had a nice run going there, and then we pulled back, but we are holding the 20 SMA. I think it needs to get back over, 650 to make it interesting on nat gas. Next up, we'll take a look at XLF. A little bit of a pop off of the 50 SMA. See, it's been holding the 50 SMA, and we got some buying today in the XLF. Nice pop there. Some of those names, Bank America, Citigroup, all kind of popping off the moving averages here. GS popping also off of support. And we have WFC. Let's check that out. Not doing too much on WFC. I think Zion's had a regional bank has had a couple of nice pops here, and let's check out HBAN. I think it is. Yeah, Huntington Bank shares. Nice pop the other days, and a little bit of an indecisive candle here on that bank. And if we look at the regional bank ETF, you see it's been kind of holding above 55 and the 200 SMA on KRE. Let's look at IBB. And we're trying to hold this support here around 302. We kind of nailed it 2 times, and buyers keep showing up here around that 302, keeping us above 300, that previous breakout level on IBB. So we'll see if bulls can keep defending that 300 area. XBI still trying to hold this 150 SMA, so buyers keep coming in. The low today was around that 78.46, 78.50 area. So right now they're trying to hold that spot at the 150 SMA for the XBI IWM. Sorry for all the lines on my chart. Let me clean that up for you a little bit. All right, so we've kind of rolled over here, obviously, and we're trying to hold this 145 spot here on IWM. They broke down below it a little bit today, but came right back up and reversed it. Now we need to see like a confirmation candle come in and maybe take out, 146.50 and see if they want to propel this back up on the IWM. IWC. Probably should be similar. Yeah, similar here. Trying to hold this above 90, hold this 91 area. Now we need it to get back over at least the 5 EMA, maybe this 92 spot on IWC. We'll see if the bulls are going to show up there. IYT, the transports, trying to hold above the 200 SMA. Currently, and right now holding the 150 SMA on the IYT. If we go ahead and look at the transports on the daily chart here, we're below, whoops, wrong one, DJ30 I want. DJ20, excuse me. So same chart, but basically, this is the 9,000, 9,400 area is very important for the transports. Right now, we're holding this 150, so 9,400, and the 200 SMA currently on this is at 9,381. So we'll call it 9,382. So let's see if they can hold above the 200 SMA for the transports. Next up, we'll take a look at the SMH. And SMH holding above the 20 SMA here. A little bit of a pullback here, but still above the 20 SMA on the SMH. VIX. Let's take a quick look at the VIX. We've been getting a little bit of pop. We were down at that $9 level for a while, and you see the pops that we got off of the $9 level. We got it here, 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 and now we're getting it again here. So, now let's see if we can get over, 15 and 16 areas for the VIX. All right. So nice pop here on the VIX. No doubt about it. A little bit of volatility is back in the market, but we've had a nice pop off of 9. Now let's see what the bears want to do here. If they can, they have this shadow candle here, shadow tail. So now let's see if they're going to bring this right back down on the VIX, to be determined, I guess. Let's look at some of the bigger names. Amazon, holding steady above the 10 SMA, the light blue line you see right here on Amazon. Netflix, holding that 50 SMA. It's held it here, trying to hold the 50 SMA here, held it over here too, around that 50 SMA. So let's see what they want to do with Netflix there. NVIDIA, also holding that 10 SMA on NVIDIA, so not much damage at all on that name. Apple, this one rolled over and is below the 13 EMA. You would think maybe they're going to retest this 20 SMA here on Apple, or maybe down at this 165 level. So we'll see. Facebook, also below the 10 SMA. So does it have a, or is it, we going back down to 174 on Facebook? That would put it around the 50 SMA for FB Facebook. Google, let's check out Google, trying to hold this 13 EMA, holding above the 20 SMA on Google. Tesla, not faring as well. But there is a Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific time. They're going to be showing the new semi truck, Tesla. So that's going to be, I guess, 11 o'clock California time, West Coast time. And so we'll see if there's any reaction for Friday for Tesla. So it's, I think, 11 o'clock Western time, 8 p.m. I'm sorry, 8 p.m. Pacific time, and so that would make it 11 o'clock Eastern time, our time. All right, so that's on Tesla, and we are still holding below the 200 SMA, but let's see if it gets a nice bounce from that, webinar on Thursday night. Next up, we have Priceline. And that stock bouncing off the 400 SMA right here, the purple line you see, but still below the 200 for now. And lastly, let's look at Microsoft and Intel, both holding up. And I guess Cisco now is going to join the party. So does that mean old stodgy Oracle, gets to be part of the party also? We'll have to see on Oracle. So Microsoft, Intel, and now Cisco. All should be strong tomorrow off of Cisco earnings. So we'll keep an eye on that. And like I said, the futures were up a little bit in the after hours tonight. All right, so we'll go ahead and get into the watch list now. And Bear with me while I bring those stocks up for you. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the stock list here. CCCR is first up, triple CR. We're getting pops and drops. A lot of China names have been running and popping, like CCCL, OPN, or is it ONP? One second, ONP. Yeah, ONP has been popping, Craig, names like that. So maybe this CCCR, triple CR wants to join the party here. It's holding above the 50 SMA, so I'll have an eye on this one intraday tomorrow. CDNA, maybe setting up here over, that 6 area for CDNA. Don't like the volume in it though, needs more volume, but maybe that one is setting up. CHFS, speaking of a uh, uh, a big pop here. So big pop in this one, 10 million shares. So this one will be on watch for tomorrow. See if we get some kind of red to green or set up intraday on that one. Saw some volume coming in on Cliff. CLF, and maybe trying to get back over 625 on that name. Let's check out US Steel. I also have this one on watch. Maybe trying to get back over, 28 on this name, so I'll keep that one on watch also. Craig, as I mentioned, big pops in these names, up to $9 here. Now it's pulling back, so let's see if we can get a setup intraday on CREG. FOR, possible swing trade here, maybe over 1850 on FOR. Light volume stock, but nice chart setting up here for maybe a continuation move. So keep your eye on that one. Possible swing. IMMU. The volume came in today, over 3 million shares. So we'll see if this one sets up intraday. Nice pop off the 100 SMA here. IPHI, semiconductor name. Names like Leads have been popping nicely. By the way, this is another one I'll have on watch for tomorrow while I have it up. Big pop here, and so we'll see if there's any kind of setup tomorrow on that one. But going back to IPHI, let's see if there's any kind of continuation move in this name. KNDI, another China name, starting to turn back up. Maybe if it can get back over $8, 805, we might get a play in KNDI. LEJU, nice candle here, trying to get back over over 900,000 shares traded on LEJU. So nice pop there in that name. LXRX, nice pop off the bottom here, kind of the first candle, 1.8 million shares. Let's see if there's any kind of continuation in that one. Macy's, we had L Brands had earnings tonight and was moving down. So we'll see if this one wants to maybe make a continuation move. Not a favorite though. MARK, nice pop, some topping candles here. Maybe if this gets back over $5, maybe we'll get a pop in a mark, MARK. Nike, holding up today and powering up. Full disclosure, I am already in partial swing trade on this one. I sold some off today on this pop on Nike. So nice move there on Nike, but maybe it might want to give a continuation move on that name. NTAP, because it had the earnings, so we'll see how this one sets up. Had that big pop in the after hours tonight. RGSE, only because we've had these pops here. It's holding the 50 SMA. Maybe if it can get back over $1.75, we might get a continuation move. Riot, RIOT, blockchain stock, I guess connected with Bitcoin. Maybe back up through like $8 on this name. We might get a continuation move. SGMO, nice pop today, held above 14, so we'll look for some kind of continuation move in that name. SQ, nice pop, a little, obviously extended on the chart, but maybe for an intraday trade on SQ. And WKHS, also popping here, 2 million shares. So we'll see if this sets up to do anything tomorrow for Thursday. WPCS also trying to get back over maybe that $1.64 spot on WPCS. Volume a little bit light, but trying to hold above the 200 SMA. Let's see if this thing can get over, that 165 spot and maybe give a continuation move. And lastly, we spoke about X already. Nice power candle here, powerful candle. Let's see if there's any kind of continuation move in U.S. Steel. So that's it. That's the watch list for tomorrow. My name is Mike. I run a service, zozostockwatch.com. You could come try us for 7 days for $9.99 if you'd like to come check us out. All right, at zozostockwatch.com.